Let's run. The other week, I said that running was a mug's game.
I feel like running's a bit of a mug's game.
But since lockdown was announced, running has become really popular. Loads of people are doing it. Everyone from my friend Dan to my friend Robbie to my friend Susie T has been out and about, pounding the streets. It's become a real zeitgeisty thing to get out and do running. So I thought it was about time I explained to you how to do it.
Come on everybody, let's do a running.
One of the things that puts off a lot of people about running is all the gear you need. It seems like a proper faff. But the truth is, you really don't need all that stuff. In fact, you don't even really need shoes. When I was a kid, I used to like running the mini marathons at school in no shoes at all. I didn't wear any footwear. Sometimes I did socks, okay, but most of the time I did bare feet, just like Zola Bud back in the early 80s. Anyway, let's take a look at my gear. A nice t-shirt, a pair of cool shorts, and any old shoes. And that's all there is to it. Much more important than any running gear you might buy on the cheap from Sports Direct is your beats. Most runners I see have bought a sort of superstructure to attach their iPhone to their thigh or their upper arm so they can listen to their music, but I prefer this, a relic from the dark ages, an iPod. Much lighter, much smaller, and therefore much easier to run than trying to transport about a chunky iPhone. Now, one of the most important things when you're listening to the music is choosing the right kind of music. No one will tell you this, not even Mr. Motivator, but if you choose the wrong kind of music, it can actually have the wrong effect on your fitness. It can actually make you get less fit. So make sure you choose your music wisely. I'm going to choose Duke Ellington's Diminuendo in Blue and Crescendo in Blue for my run today. I can't play that to you because of copyright reasons, but trust me, it is kicking. So I've got all my gear on and I'm looking pretty swish. The beats are in place. So I guess you think it's time for me to start running, right? Wrong. Let me tell you a story. When I was at university, we used to play football with some friends every Friday. It was an organised game, but played for fun every Friday. And a few friends and me discovered one week that if we had a pint of beer before we played, it made us play better. I don't know why. Maybe it just relaxed us. I'm not really sure, but that was the case. So every week after that, we used to have a pint before we played, and we were great. Now, another time at university, I was asked to run the 800 metres. I won't go into the details why, but I thought the same thing would apply. So before I did the 800 metres, I drank a pint of beer. Now, I missed my heat. I can't remember why, and it's not important. The important thing is, I had to run the 800 metres by myself, which seemed a bit unfair. So Dan, the running master that you saw at the front of this video, acted as my pacemaker. Now Dan was one of the best middle distance runners for his age group when he was a teenager. So although he wasn't running seriously at the time, he was still a pretty incredible 800 metres runner, and he almost killed me. I did get probably the best time of my life, but he did almost kill me. Afterwards, I felt absolutely awful for about 5 minutes, and then suddenly I realised I was going to throw up, and I ran to the toilets and I threw up with a force that I have never thrown up in my life before or since. It absolutely gushed out of my face. It didn't come out of my mouth, it just came out of my face. It came out of my nose, it came out of my eyes, it came out of my ears, it came out of my mouth, just like brah, just like that whole pint just exploded out of my face. It wasn't a pleasant experience. So now when I go running, I stick to shorts. A few weeks ago I unveiled that I was making this ruby red rhubarb gin, and now it's ready to drink. And that's what I'm going to drink before my run, and I encourage you to do the same. Forget what the experts say. Cheers. It's fruity. So it's going to give me the energy I need for the run, and also delicious. And great for hydration. Right, let's get running. So you've had your booze, you've got your beats, and you've got the gear. It's finally time to start running. Best to do this outside. Indoors you can't really run very far, and also it's not very safe. But a lot of people do say to me, Dan, I want to do a running, but I don't understand how to run. And sadly that is a common problem in today's society. Thanks to the advent of cars, the art of running has become a forgotten one. But I think it's actually pretty easy. It's just like walking, but faster. I like to call it high velocity walking. Just imagine yourself walking and then just do it faster and with longer strides. Strides are the distance between your 2 feet when you take steps. Okay, I'll start now and I'll film my feet in a bit to give you an idea of how it's all working. Right, and we're off. I mean, we're quite literally up and running. Tips for you on the go then while I'm running. I mean, that is impressive. Tip number 1, other runners are not your friends. Never ever make eye contact with them. Number 2, never ever stop. If you're coming to a junction and you're worried about getting run over, go faster. And number 3, always remember to bring water to hydrate yourself. I forgot mine. I'm really regretting it. You can stop running at about the time you think you're going to throw up. That's the sign you need to stop. I feel like I'm going to puke now, so I'm going to stop right here. I've been running for several minutes and you can see how exhausted I am. It's humanly impossible to run for more than 8 minutes, as I've just proved. So when you do think you're going to be sick, just stop. God, I wish I brought out water. I think I was right in the first place. Running's a mug's game.
I feel like running's a bit of a mug's game.
And one thing I will say is if you do it, make sure you plan like a circuitous route, a circle. Because I just went straight out, just ran as fast as I could, just went in one direction. I'm absolutely knackered. I'm lost. And I'm too tired to find my way home.